Welcome to today's episode of the Daily Grow with myself, Todd Locks, and my semi-okayish co-host, Nick Dar. What's up, buddy?
Not much. How you doing, man?
Good. Today we're going with Wide Open Wednesday.
I don't know where that 30-second countdown came from, but that's some very dramatic music for our show.
Here's another thing with that. I got that countdown, so it's on my screen, and I'm trying to share from the live feed from the Advantage to my Facebook page, and it's like a bomb. I'm watching the 30 seconds. It's like
I gotta do it.
14, and it's not showing up on the Advantage, and I'm trying to it's like a bomb getting ready to go off. And I had music. I have to do so much for this show, Nick. I had music queued up to the hump day, do the Humpty Hump. So much to do in this show, and 30 seconds to do it in.
Would you say I do more or less than your other co-host?
Well, just slightly more, but
I mean, it's not a high bar to clear, I guess.
Basically we're going with Wide Open Wednesday because we really didn't have some sort of specific subject to talk about, but we're 2 minutes in. And so yesterday we had posed the question about who would play you. Okay.
Yep.
I got some. And didn't you say you had some coworkers? You do that talk to text, and I don't know what you're talking about half the time. So
yeah, that's a problem. Yeah, that's a problem. I've looked back at some of my texts. I'm saying that's not at all what I meant to say.
Either he's drunk or he's doing talk to text. I don't know which one. It's hard to.
That was actually my 22-year-old son that came up with somebody.
What did he? Let's hear. What is his name?
Share my screen here real quick.
What's your 22-year-old son's name?
His name's Trenton.
Gotcha, Trenton.
He's our first child. We call him one.
Ah, well, it's a great way to do it.
Yeah.
And that is
Steve Carell. What do you think?
Steve Carell is not bad, and I actually thought about that.
How about now?
You have some slight awkwardness to you. So right there, it's not too. But I have some names too. But I think we need to preface this with all these are like the great value version. Okay. Do you know what I'm saying? Like
sure.
The great value. You know how if you go to the store and they have the products, and you got say I don't know, milk, and you got Prairie Farms milk. Okay. All right. Which is, I don't know what milk cost, $4.23 a gallon. Okay.
Right.
Okay. But then you have the great value version, which, just doesn't quite taste the same. Do you know what I'm saying? Like there's some hints of milk in that thing. And it's like, it's $1 off a gallon. You know what I'm saying? And so that's kind of what I feel like with these celebrities playing you. These are sort of like the great value. Do you know what I'm saying? Like if you were doing like you had no money to make a movie, but you wanted somebody to kind of look and act like Steve Carell. You had your budget was like $17. I feel like then they would you'd step in for Steve Carell or vice.
Which is what it would be. And my son made a good point. I couldn't really think of anybody, so I was just looking at actors in their 40s. He said, no, you need to look at actors in your 50s because they look better than you. So you got to find older people, maybe even 60s. So
yes. Okay. I have a few and I like this one. I like this one here. The dude, another guy from The Office, John Krasinski.
Yeah, he's a little too tall, maybe.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if we got to find all the men. I mean, they're all.
I guess not.
They're all too handsome. We could say two something.
Well, that's for sure. Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Someone and I like this one also. The guy that plays what's that soccer show? The soccer show like in England.
Ted
Lasso. Ted Lasso. What's
Jason Sudeikis?
Yeah,
Jason?
Yes. And so you're a pretty nice guy. Not that funny, but
sure. Right.
You should go with a mustache. That'd be awesome. We got some, man. I don't even like reading.
I really look great with a mustache.
I don't like reading some of these, like Henry Cavill.
No idea who that is.
Yeah, I think he played Superman once.
Well, that makes sense. Yeah.
Just threw up my mouth a little bit.
I don't know whose suggestion that was, but they are very smart.
Someone said Channing Tatum.
Wow.
Anyway.
Man, I'm going to feel good the rest of the day.
Somebody said Hugh Jackman. I don't know, man. What is going on? People putting Baileys in their coffee this
Definitely, yeah. Yeah.
Another thing I wanted to bring up is, we talked about books yesterday, and I'm a big reader, and I kind of got off of it for a little bit. Now I'm like back on full steam. So I'm gonna give a couple books I just read. If anybody's looking for anything, I just read Killers of the Flower Moon. Have you heard of that one?
I saw the movie.
You did see the movie. I'm thinking, man, that 3.5 hours though.
I'm betting the book was better, but yeah, it was lengthy. I did fall asleep a little bit.
Ooh. The movie was great. It's about the Osage Indians. Whenever they basically put on a reservation, they got to keep the oil rights, the mineral rights to the land, and they struck oil on there. And then white people just coming in and doing what white people do. They would to get their money. Right. They would have to have guardians. So they would have like a rich white person to be their guardian, and they would dole out the money and allowance and rip them off, and basically ended up a lot of like murders, like some that were never investigated. It's also it kind of shows you how the development of the FBI, which is kind of interesting. It's a great book. It was a great book. I mean, it's kind of tragic, like I said. There's no real happy endings to it. Really. But it's also written different. It's kind of it's like journalistically written. Is that a word, Nick?
Journalistically? I think so. Sure.
There's not a lot of dialogue that's made up or anything that drums it. Great book, but I really, really want to point it. Someone turned me on this. My buddy Kevin Jakovic turned me on to this book called Demon Copperhead.
All right.
Look at this. See how I'm doing this?
Man.
It's like
nice.
Graphic. This is an amazing. I'm only about halfway, 3/4 of the way through it, and I'm just gonna say I'm obsessed with it. It's kind of like a modern day Huck Finn, is how I would describe it. Modern day Huck Finn, modern day Tom Sawyer, where Demon Copperhead.
Demon Copperhead. I'm gonna check that out.
I'm telling you, I hate to say this is embarrassing, but I have a little outdoor lifting area here at Pride Fitness called the Thunder Pit, where I work out, and it's all hardcore homemade equipment and stuff like that. And between sets yesterday of lifting super crazy heavy weight,
of course,
I had the strength of 10 men. I would read Demon Copperhead while sitting on an Atlas stone yesterday. So it's that good. I work out a lot. Calm down there, production engineer. Anyway, that's just a little book review. This Demon Copperhead, I cannot put it down. It's a great book. It's kind of a orphaned kid who's on a roller coaster type lifestyle. So
you're an actual book reader too. You're not reading it on your phone.
No way. I want to, and I need to own the book. I need to own the book. I have a closet that I took the door off at home, and it's got shelving in there, and it's stacked with books. I love owning books. I'm not one of those. What do you call it? The Audible, the Kindles. And
I like Audible. I like Kindle. I can do it.
That's cheating. I listen to podcasts for that.
Sure. Right. Yeah. Hey, we're over time already. Okay. I mean, this Wide Open Wednesday went over, but I wanted to talk about real quick. Yesterday you asked me, and you didn't give me like a heads up. These were all like off the top.
No, those were legit. Like, we didn't give you the questions beforehand.
So you asked me my philosophy of life, and I said it was, really about service, and it is. That's true. But I didn't want that to come off as like I'm there, or like I'm really doing that all the time, because I started thinking about it as the day went on. It's like, man, that's a lot to live up to. Like, I got to go serve people now. So I drew a little chart here. I don't know if you can see that or not.
I'll tell you what, our graphics for this show
they're
continue to amaze me, Nick. How do you do this? Okay, so you got down here at the bottom, we got not a complete jackass.
That's where I'm at today.
Okay, and then we got up to top, serving others. So that's where you're at, not being a complete jack. I would probably contest that. But then you want to be up there where your whole thing in life is serving others.
Exactly. Yeah. Right.
I love it. Well,
and then I ruined my chart because I wrote your book down on their Demon Copperhead.
Yeah, very, very well done. Very
well. Thanks.
Okay, well, thank you for clearing that up. Okay,
just wanted to clear that up. Yes.
So, good show for not having a topic. We're 2 minutes over in this. Tomorrow, people, stay tuned. Tomorrow, I will be getting in the Thunderdome Mobile and driving down to the Big Z Media Conglomerate in studio interviews. I think I have multiple appearances to make down there, don't I?
We might have to talk about that. I got a conflict. I'll call you after the show and we'll touch base.
Have I been bumped?
No, kind of. my daughter's flying in tomorrow, and I didn't have it on the calendar. I got to pick her up at the airport, so we might have to do it. We'll have to look at the times.
I don't like any of this. Okay, I don't like any of this. Anyway, you know what? You're back down to being a total jackass. So you might want
to. So cross off not A.
Yes. Yes. Anyway, I think I have to go, Nick. There is some sort of emergency siren.
Fire alarm's going off there,
which is not uncommon for Wood River. So I think I better go and maybe evacuate the building.
Text me if you need some help. Perhaps I can serve you in some way, Todd.
Okay.
All right. See ya.
See ya.